Alright guys, are we live? Testing, sound should be good. I had to make a new stream, so we're gonna wait for a few people to join on TikTok and YouTube, and then we'll get started. Okay. So, if you guys have any requests, let me know. If you guys are new, appreciate if you like and subscribe, or follow me if you guys are on TikTok. And let me get the TikTok stream going, and then we'll go live. All right, we're still going to go live by 3:15, even though I had some problems with technology. So, that's a good thing. All right. I currently do think that Bitcoin is in a bear market. So that's that. I didn't want to say it for the longest time, but the fact that we can't get back above 40K is not bullish to me at all. So I am thinking that Bitcoin's in a bear market, which means all of crypto's in a bear market. So that's the current stance on it. So I am currently in stablecoins. I have a very small amount in my portfolio that I'm going to hold for a few years in like coins like Chainlink and stuff like that. But most of my money is in stablecoins. So that's just what I'm doing. Okay, I'm still trying to get set up here, but we can get started here in about 60 seconds. Okay, so let me see. So right now, Bitcoin is currently at $35,880. I do think you're going to lose $35,000 again today. You've tested this support now multiple times. You tested this this $36,300 level multiple times. You first tested it the 23rd of January. Then you tested it again after the next run up the 22nd of February. That's 2 times. And now you're testing it a 3rd time here. The more times you test the support, the more likely you are to break it. And I guess I had the support at 36K, not 36.3. But 36K is support. We're actually right below it. I do not think that's going to hold. And if that doesn't hold, you are going to fall lower. And my next major support is 27K. That's where the next fib is. Now, I know there's also major support at the $30,000 level. But there's not a lot of support between 36K and 30K. And then 27K would be next. I do think all these prices are actually now possible if Bitcoin is actually in a bear market, which I do think is probably confirmed. The fact that we have been below 40K for some time now, we can't get back above it. So if you guys have any requests for me, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to continue. So right now, Bitcoin, I think it made a lower high on the 1-hour chart. Let me go to the look at the 1-hour chart. It made a lower high. That is the 1-hour chart. Huge dump from the $40,000 level all the way pretty much down to 35.6 before you got any sort of bounce. But right now, Bitcoin made a lower high on the 1-hour chart with the RSI being overbought again. That is bearish. So the RSI on the right now in the 1 hour is completely tapped out. We are probably going to go down lower. Unfortunately, the 4-hour chart is still bottom, so 4 hours just telling you you're probably due for a bounce, but 1 hour is saying sell, so I'm going to listen to the 1 hour. Let's go to the daily chart now. The daily chart is also, it's not really overbought. It's kind of neutral at 44, but it is showing lack of buyers, which means I do think we're going to go lower. And I did say 34K would probably be, I think 34K happens this weekend, and yeah, so that's kind of how that's looking. 34K is probably the next target to the downside. Let's go look over at ApeCoin. This was one I was in for a while. I just had to get out because I didn't think it was going to keep holding. I did sell at 13.3, so it's still at 13.25. And you have major support at $12. Now, Bitcoin goes to 30K, then I think Ape loses $12. But if Bitcoin somehow only has a dip this week and then rallies next week back to 40K, then I do think Ape will probably bottom no lower than $12. But it all depends on what Bitcoin does. Like if Bitcoin loses 30K, then Ape is definitely going below $12 again. So that's just a really quick synopsis of ApeCoin. Right now on the 4-hour chart, ApeCoin is trying to get a small rally according to the RSI. The 1 hour is already overbought. Again, kind of looking like Bitcoin as far as that goes. Made a lower high on the 1 hour chart, and the RSI is overbought again, so that's not bullish. And the daily chart is also oversold, but again, the 1 hour chart is definitely bearish on ApeCoin, so definitely don't think the bottom's in on Ape. I think the current bottom is 1270. I think you could definitely go lower than that. The other one I wanted to look at was Jasmine Coin. I did make a video on this earlier today, so nothing has changed. Actually, when I made the video, you were right below 1.8 cents, and now you're at 1.7. Or no, maybe it was 1.69. Now you're at 1.7. I did say 1.7 was support. The more times you test the support, the more likely you are to break it. So I do think 1.7 gets broken, and the ultimate bottom would just be above a penny at 1.05 or 1 cent on the dot. Probably a week to a penny would happen. But last time you came down these levels, you actually didn't touch a penny. You were really close, but you didn't touch it. Let's look and see how the 1 hour chart is looking. Again, overbought, and I'm not for sure if we made a lower high. I'll look in a second. The 4 hour chart again and the daily chart again are both oversold, just like Ape and Bitcoin. Now on the 1 hour chart, did you make a lower high or not? You kind of did, yeah. The previous one was 175. The highest you got was 171. So it was pretty much a double top if you really want to be honest with yourself. But overall, crypto looks really bearish, and I would not be buying anything, at least not till next week, because Sundays are usually bearish, especially when Bitcoin's already bearish going into the weekend. So I'm staying away from crypto as of right now. I have a few $100 in it still. Can I look at Baby Doge? All-time chart look healthy, then after XRP. Shh. Yeah, I can. So both of those, sure. All right, so I'm gonna go over. So all right, so Baby Doge. I kind of think Baby Doge is dead. I invested in that in a long time ago, but we'll still look at it. So I can't type. BABYDOG. Okay. And I'm doing the Uniswap V2 coin. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with Dex Tools, because right now Dex Tools says that, I don't know how to flip the camera, but it says right now the price is 0.00193, but then from the 1 there's like a weird 8. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if it's just me or what, but on my phone and my laptop it's saying that, so it's kind of weird. Let me go to the daily chart on Baby Doge. Right now the volume is only 7,000, which would be a red flag to me to just say the project's dead and I would be staying away. But if you still want to look at it, I'll try to look at this. The market cap right now is currently at $308 million. So for having a decent sized market cap, it's pretty pathetic. The volume is below $10,000, which again would tell me crypto is in a bear market. Also tell me that there's no new investors coming in, and that Baby Doge is also probably not going to do very well. But I'll look at it. So I'm trying to find the fibs so I can look at that. So from the I'm going to do the top. You topped out at 674 if you don't use the wicks, and you're currently still making new lows, but the recent low was around this level at 192. We'll just call that the new bottom. To be bullish, you have to. The 236 is currently at 31. If you're not above that, you're not bullish. And and then if you did the fibs from the bottom, the previous bottom, which was around the 12th of December of last year, to the top, you would be looking at your next fib to the downside at the 13.2 level, and you're currently at 19 right now. So I definitely think this has a lot more downside, and your major support where you got the bounce was at the 13 level. So I would no, the 786 fib is currently at 24, and your support is down here at 13. So resistance is 24, support is 13. I think unless you're above 24, you're not bullish at all. And I definitely think this is a bearish right now. So with that being said, I'm not going to spend too much time on that coin. XRP is next. If you guys are over on TikTok, also do know that we have a YouTube stream going on, so feel free to go check that out. All right, so the daily chart on XRP. The good thing about YouTube is then you can see the charts that I'm looking at. The daily chart on XRP. So right now your current bottom is 59 cents. And the 618 is all the way up here at 80 cents basically. The 236 fib is the next fib to the upside to be bullish again. You have to get above 67 cents. If you get above that, then you could definitely have reason to believe that the bottom is in. but as of right now, it doesn't look good. Let's go over to the 1 hour chart and see how that's looking. 1 hour chart is trying to go up. This is actually one of the coins that I've looked at so far that the 1 hour chart is low. The 4 hour chart is low as well, and the daily chart is going up. So doesn't seem like the best time to buy XRP, but it seems like XRP short term has some sort of momentum. I still wouldn't be buying it, but it looks better than some of the coins I've looked at. HBAR price 5 years. Let's go see what the price is. I'm not familiar with the project. I've heard a lot about it, but I will give you a price prediction based on what I think the chart looks like. So, all right, HBAR. If we're going to do the 5 year outlook, I'm going to go to the weekly chart then for this. So the weekly support was 13.7. That's where you closed, I think, last week. I'm going to remove indicators for right now. Yeah. So right now, HBAR to be bullish again. You got the 236. I think it's the 0.786 fib right now at 21.6 cents. If you're not above that, you're not bullish really on XRP, if we're going to be honest with ourselves. And the weekly candle close from the highest weekly candle close was up there at 44 cents. You obviously had a wick all the way to 58 cents, but if you're doing weekly candle closes, then that would be the top. So the 5 year outlook, man, 5 years is a long time. You're currently at 13 cents. Let me go see what the market cap is on this, and then I can give you a realistic outlook. It obviously depends on if Bitcoin goes to $1 million in the next 5 years, or if it only goes to like 100K in the next 5 years. But right now the market cap is $2.8 billion, I believe. Yeah, $2.8 billion. So I do think $10 billion market cap is very possible, which would put this, I think $1 is possible in the next 5 years. I'll say that. So from here, that wouldn't even be a 10x. But if you get a little more downside action, which probably will happen if we are in a bear market, then a 10x is very possible once it goes down to below 10 cents. So I think $1 will happen in the next 5 years, probably in the next bull run, to be honest with you. Definitely going down, hold tight, time to buy. I think you should be holding if you're in profit, and I think you should be getting out if you're at break even or something, because I think we're going to go lower on Bitcoin. I mean, if Bitcoin goes to 30K, I wouldn't be all that surprised now that I've really looked at all the coins and all the charts. But overall, I'm not very bullish on anything right now. So Stronger, I held Stronger for the longest time, and that thing has... I only bought one node, so thank the Lord. I know people that have bought 41 or more, 46 maybe, I think he said he had. But yeah, and they bought around $150. Now the price is $27. I don't think this is going to recover. And if it got back about $50, then maybe you could say that it's having a recovery. But otherwise, it just looks horrible. So a lot of coins just don't look good. I don't think even a bull market Strong would probably recover unless they do something different with the protocol. But that's kind of my opinion on that. All right, so if you guys have any other requests, let me know. Otherwise, that's all I got. I do think Bitcoin, to wrap things up, I do think Bitcoin is going to go back to 34,000 sometime this weekend or very close to that. And I'm expecting everything else to follow it. So what's my thoughts by Jasmine by the end of the year? Well, if we're in a bear market, I think as we go well below a penny, like if Bitcoin loses 30K, Jasmine's not going to hold a cent. If Bitcoin goes to 100K by the end of the year, which I'm having less and less faith in, then I think Jasmine could go back to 10 cents. But I personally got into Jasmine at like 3.7 cents, and that right now is looking like I'm going to be holding for a few years for that to ever happen again, unless Bitcoin can get back above 42K very quickly. And I seriously think Bitcoin's in a bear market now because we've been at these levels for so long. If you look at the last year on Coinbase, Bitcoin has just gone down the last year. I mean, the all-time high, I think, was over a year ago. So I don't think Jasmine's going to do very well the rest of this year unless Bitcoin makes a new all-time high. If Bitcoin makes a new all-time high, Jasmine can easily hit 10 cents again. If not, Jasmine can literally go back to half a cent or lower. So that's just my thoughts on that. So with that being said, that's kind of all I got. If you guys have any other requests, let me know. I need to add back my indicators now because I forgot to do that. So let me do that really quickly. There we go. They're back. Okay. All right, so that's all I got. I'm going to end the YouTube stream. And if you guys are new, I appreciate if you like and follow me or subscribe to me on your way out. And next time I will be live will be Monday. I don't know what time, but it will probably be in the evening sometime. So with that being said, that's all I got. And thanks, guys, for joining. When do I think Bitcoin will go back up? Well, if we're in a bear market like I think we are, then probably not at least till 30,000, and we could go lower than that. The previous all-time high in the last bull market, not this last one, but the previous one from 4 or 5 years ago, was 20 grand. So that's the absolute lowest I see Bitcoin going. But we could possibly lose 30,000. I think it's unlikely, but I do think it's possible. And if we lost 30,000, I would say if we close a weekly candle below 30K, I think 20K is going to be the bottom. So that's that. All right, I'm going to end the YouTube stream.